Hello everyone, Marsh W13 here with another hotel review, and this week we are in San Antonio, Texas on the world famous Riverwalk at the Hotel Valencia, which can be found on Houston Street. And we're on the third floor in room 320. Let's check it out. And immediately on your left, when you first enter the room, you will find what may look at first glance like a wall safe, but it is in fact the mini bar, which I believe they call an honor bar. At least I saw a list of prices in a pamphlet that accompanied the room. Looks like they have Tito's vodka, Jack Daniel's, wine, champagne, a selection of beer and soft drinks, and some California wine as well. I assume they call it an honor bar because there are no weight sensors here, and perhaps maybe they ask you when you check out if you've had anything. Another thing that I thought was nice, at first glance this looks like a normal safe, but this is just a little bit nicer. It's a pull-out safe, and it's got plenty of room. I don't know if you can see how deep and long and wide this is, but it's one of the first safes in quite some time that is quite convenient to use and unquestionably accommodates all of the gear that accompanies me on a trip like this. Plenty of drawer space here, and I suppose we can check out the closet. Nothing too out of the ordinary here, but nicely lit, and it's got a stand, it's got a nicely monogrammed Hotel Valencia bathrobe, some felt hangers and some wood hangers, plenty of space here, and an ironing board and iron. And now moving on to the bathroom, which is right on the right. As you walk in, it does have some sliding doors, which are kind of cool. Dual sliding doors. And nice shower curtain here. Everything here is just a little bit nicer than the norm, at least from my perspective. And I think this is, officially speaking, a 4-star hotel. You have a pretty nice tiled shower here, combination tub and shower. The tub, I'll admit, is not terribly deep. I'm not sure you'd want to take a bath here, but that option is available. The bath products are provided by ESSA, which I believe is out of Oregon, and this is French milled bath soap, which looks pretty nice. We have Kohler fixtures here, toilet and basin with faucet, and again, well, it's actually a slightly different type of hand soap, chamomile hand soap. Again, everything from ESSA, and of course your collection of bath amenities, and you know, sufficient amount of towels, not necessarily more than the ordinary, and a lit vanity mirror, which I believe does not illuminate. Probably the bulb is broken. One of the things I really love about this hotel is that it really stays true to its name, Hotel Valencia, and that Spanish theme, Valencia being a town on the southeastern coast of Spain. So it has a lot of these Spanish-inspired accents and a lot of really sort of old-world rustic charm, but with modern touches. And one of those modern touches is this 40-inch or so Samsung TV. But speaking of Spanish roots, I've never seen this brand of spring water here, Mondariz, and it comes from Balneario Pontevedra, Spain. And of course, as part of this honor bar, they have a selection of snacks. It's all pretty nice, I would say. Very chic and sophisticated, every aspect of this room, including the room key here, which pictures the lobby. There's also one of these little pod-driven coffee makers here. And this long table sort of covers the entire length of this room, terminating here with this little stool-like apparatus here. And some real glasses, which you don't typically see during these COVID-challenged times, including one of these stemless wine glasses and an ice bucket. And there is an ice machine just down the hall, probably 5 doors down or so. When you check in, they provide you with this little booklet here that explains how they continue to provide superior customer service despite the social distancing guidelines that they adhere to. They do have room service, and the room service is quite extensive. It comes from, I guess, the restaurant called Dorregos downstairs, which I believe must be on the Riverwalk. And here's the breakfast menu, the bar and lunch menu with some small plates and appetizers, and then some main courses and desserts. Now the bed, I think, is really beautiful. I wouldn't say, I'd say I'd maybe give it a 6 out of 10 with respect to how comfortable I anticipate it will be based on touch alone, but it's got some nice linens and a variety of pretty fairly sized pillows. And these end tables have what appear to be sort of magazine racks maybe built into them, which probably would have been perhaps filled with material pre-COVID. But with COVID, of course, they removed much of those materials, the amenity guides, the city guides, even the Gideon Bible. I didn't find one of those. Some of those remain in some hotels, and of course, as you saw, the room service menu is provided fresh at the front desk on a piece of disposable paper. But atop these end tables here are these lamps, and I really like the way they've integrated both the regular electrical outlets and a couple of USBs, and I think they've done so in a very unobtrusive way that still again stays true to this sort of old world theme, which I think is really appropriate if you're visiting this city perhaps for the first time and you want to immerse yourself in the history of Texas, which requires you to understand the history of Mexico and Spain. We're only steps away here from the Alamo, which was a mission. It was originally called the Misión San Antonio de Valero, and it was constructed by the Spanish in 1718, and of course was ultimately the site of a fierce battle between the settlers, the Anglo settlers from the United States, who had become Texians, and the Mexicans, who by that time had obtained their their independence from Spain for many years. Same setup here on this side. There is a list of channels for the TV, and everything again is just a little bit nicer than I would have expected, quite frankly, from this hotel, including this multi-function alarm clock slash radio, which I doubt anyone uses these days, but I just think this one is nice, and it has more USB charging ports plus this lightning port for your iPhone, and it looks like it offers Bluetooth and phone pairing as well. And check out this huge mirror. I think even a sumo wrestler could probably stand only inches away from this, and his reflection would look relatively small in comparison. And then you have your floor lamp. Again, everything is either sort of Spanish themed or perhaps transitioning into more southwestern Texas theme. I think with this huge lounging chair and ottoman with the kind of distressed leather look is really quintessential Texas, at least from most of the world's perception. And again, this huge desk that flows the length of the room has this little working area here. Not the most ergonomic chair, so if you're coming here to work, you may want to be prepared for that. But again, extremely consistent with the theme of the rest of the room and this old world Spanish and southwestern charm, and a lamp to match. And what I think is kind of cool, and what you don't see that often, is this little light in from the ceiling that floods this area with additional light, and there's a little switch here for controlling that. You can see the difference. And what perhaps I failed to mention, but what may be the most important feature of this room in the end, is its balcony, which is accessible just through this door. Let's check it out. And it's got a nice little seating area. Really, really, really elegant touches here with the pottery there, and really much nicer furniture than you would see in a typical deck. And just look at how ornate these touches here are, the architecture of the building. And we are, of course, adjoining other balcony rooms here. And as I mentioned, downstairs is, I believe, Dorrego's restaurant, which is an Argentinian steakhouse, I think. Let's see if we can spy on the dining experience there. Looks very nice, and of course this adjoins the world-famous Riverwalk. And as I mentioned, this hotel abuts Houston Street, and we're not on sort of what I would call the main drag, the most dense touristy part of the Riverwalk, which is, I believe, just down, perhaps down in that direction there, downstream. The sort of the main horseshoe-shaped part of the Riverwalk is really just steps away. But we're near the Drury Plaza Hotel, the Drury Inn and Suites, and I believe the Holiday Inn just next door. All right, folks, I think that's it for today. Again, in my opinion at least, the Hotel Valencia made an amazing first impression on me. What I haven't done is gotten out and walked yet on this beautiful day. But from what I can discern, this is kind of the perfect location in that it's not perhaps besieged by hordes of tourists in the heart of the touristy part of the Riverwalk, but that part is easily accessible, and it's full of old world charm with modern touches. And there was plenty of availability here this weekend, despite the fact that as of this recording, about 40% of American adults have been vaccinated, and people are really beginning to scratch that long-held travel itch. So with that said, as people begin traveling again, stay safe, happy travels, and Goodbye for now. Marsh W13 signing out.